Yazir salute. Real quick on the play, ref. I don't know if y'all seen this trending, but they should have had a flag, a black flag, a black banner, to be more direct, saying Reggie Wright Jr. helped to assassinate Tupac and Biggie. They should have had that instead of that other shit they was on. You feel me? Salute. So let's talk about this real quick. Monterio, what's good, my G? Let's talk about this real quick. Twist by Meeks, what's good? So I believe it's only a matter of time before Reggie, if he ain't already do it, tells the DA what he told on these YouTube streets. Like, Reggie said some things about Suge that made him look bad with Biggie and Tupac. Reggie said that after the shooting, this is what Reggie said. After the shooting, he ran up in the UMC ER and Suge was with a 304. Welcome to Discretion 304 TV, as a matter of fact. Cause that was some hoe ass shit, right? On both ends, right? According to Reggie Wright Jr., he said, listen, when I went inside of the UMC ER, Suge was with a 304 having intercourse or whatever, right? That's not a good look. And on Biggie, he already told CNN, Vlad, that look, when it comes to Biggie, he's not clearing Suge, right? So I believe it's just a matter of time before Suge Knight, just like Daz Dillinger said, the big fish, no puff on the replay, Suge admitted that, he was there at the 60K exchange, the bribe. What DA is not trying to line him up? How can you say, oh, we seen DAs and detectives line people up all the time and not say, wait a minute, Suge participated in a bribe, regardless of what you think. It was to testify for him or whatever. I believe that can backfire when the truth hits the fan because Reggie Wright Jr., he's going to let it be known. I don't think Reg enjoys being in a hot seat, right? Who that? Cynthia, what's good? Did I say it right? Cynthia, what's next? 21 Gun Salute. Yeah, I don't know if y'all seen this trending, right? But I don't know if y'all seen this trending on the Empire State Building. I don't know what they up to with this stunt. But in the beginning, I thought it was fire. Like I thought the guy and the girl, he proposed to her, but in the end, the ninja ain't had no ring. Like what? He ain't give her no ring. He just got down on his knees. What the fuck? Empty promises. So, yes, sir. I believe that banner should have said Reggie Wright was involved with Pac and Big. First of all, we going on 30 years of when Hussein Fatal at the House of Blues got his gun taken. Right? We going on a 30-year. Can I get that on the screen? Hold on. Can I? Here y'all go. So, yeah, we on a 30-year mark of when Fatal got jacked for his gun by those crooked cops, right? They took Fatal gun knowing they wasn't going to book it or anything, right? It's going on 30 years later. We now know that was more than likely the gun that the assailants, the shooters, used in Vegas to get at Pac. I believe, after the audit, when Pac filed the audit, remember, it was right after the audit, then the House of Blues concert. When you do the time sequence, right? Pac filed that audit June 27th. After the audit on June 27th, or June 26th. I forgot the exact day. I did a topic about it. But after that audit, it was the House of Blues. Draw comments below, right? So they take Fatal's gun 30 years later and kept it. Crooked cop shit. Kevin Hackey. Why Kevin Hackey, the first whistleblower, ain't give back Fatal his gun? What was the meaning of him, even being a whistleblower and taking it to Fox 5? Like, wait a minute. You knew that was Fatal's gun, right? So, again, that's the alleged murder weapon that was used in the Tupac shooting. Um, Hussein Fatal, right? And Pac files this audit because his gridlock check for 700,000 is missing. He files the audit because of the money missing. Fired Kenner as representation. I believe it was during that time. The plan was in transition to get Tupac. Again, that 700K missing. When you look at the steps Pac actually took to make it be known that he's not a pushover, right? This is business, and he don't care what's being exposed. Pac knew, he had to know that filing an audit would expose Death Row for racketeering, money laundering, extortion, RICO. He had some idea, right? Even in the video Toss It Up, Pac was showing us, Pac was showing us actually that he was done and he was leaving. So this is where the Tupac fake this death theory comes in, and a lot of people feel he was done with Death Row, and the faking the death theory consists of not only they was robbing him on death row, he was trying to leave death row, but also Pac had those legal cases on him where he felt like he wasn't getting, I would say, any kind of, he was up for a retrial. So I don't think he felt like he was going to get any justice even in the retrial. So, I totally believe that, he wasn't with it. And at one point, before I knew all this money was missing, I actually believe Suge had no intentions of harming Pac, right? Until I deep dive into the forensic audit that Afina Shakur presented. Well, Afina Shakur represented for her son. And not only was he robbing Tupac, the gang-related check for $20 million projected, the gang-related double CD was projected to make at least $20 million, right? When I did a deep dive and looked at the audit, the actual audit, or some pages of the audit, right? Not only was he robbing Tupac, but Suge Knight, he was suing Tupac, right? So if that's how you treat your little brother, it's not convincing me or a DA. We did that Salute. The live was kind of, I don't know, the live was messed up. Yeah, we not giving them no more leadway, no more easy way out. We're not saying there was a body double for them. We think that it could have been a body switch somewhere down the line, but when all this money is missing, I respect the bag, man. Yo, I respect that bag. When all the money is missing and millions of dollars was just missing, I can't see anything about no fake enough death or no escape. If they want to cop a plea, I'm talking about Reggie Wright and Suge because they still alive. If they want to cop a plea and say, okay, it wasn't really Pac, it was a double, or that's on them. Right about now, they look like they all in cahoots. David Kenner, Sharita Knight, Suge, Reggie, and then those were the ones that wanted the money and it was in their best interest if anything happened to Pac. And some people would say, Suge, hey, listen, nobody told this ninja Suge to do a deal with the devil to get Pac. And if he was backstabbed by Reggie, Kenner, Snoop, that's on him and his crew. We don't feel sorry for you, right? That's like a ninja planning to zap you, and because things ain't going the way he wanted to, he feels like, okay, they turned on me, so I need y'all sympathy. Nah, we not doing that. That's not it. So yeah, definitely. Again, if you just tapping in, we believe Suge Security is gonna give all the details on Suge and David Kenner. I don't think Reggie is built for any kind of, I would say, accusations of being involved with homicide. I don't see Reggie Wright Jr. You know, I don't see Reg taking it to the grave. Reg was already trying to cover for Suge, saying shit like, "Oh, during the 60K exchange with Orlando." This is what Reggie was saying. Reggie said, "Look, during the 60K exchange with Orlando Anderson, you know, oh no, is this one? That's dirt. Why? Oh brother, oh brother, oh my gosh. All right, I'm just gonna use this one with Suge and Keefe D. 21 gun salute. Even with the 60K exchange, Reggie Wright Jr., Suge Security, was trying to cover for him and lie and say, Suge was in jail during the 60K exchange. That was, come on, Reg. Come on, y'all. Right? And that's way before there was the first season of Discretion. Now we on a new season. Any other YouTuber that actually caught it, they probably buried him. But this is what I'm saying. Yo, TGZ, Wrench Gang, salute. Right? How is it? There is no coincidence why Reggie Wright Jr. was telling all them lies on Suge. It is no coincidence, B. Listen, well, telling all those lies to protect Suge, and telling all those lies to look out for Suge, right? Not only did he lie about Suge being in jail about the 60K, Reggie Wright Jr. said he was there himself, and he wasn't, right? So again, this Pac shit, Mo Preem, where he at? Mo Preem, as as much as I can't believe I'm about to say this in this live show. Here you go. Mopreem Shakur, in his last interview that I seen, Mopreem, you know, in his last interview that I seen, Mopreem, it seems like he was trying to shed some tears. I didn't even analyze that until the last interview that Mopreem did. That he was actually trying to shed some tears, and I actually, oh, for 1 second, I actually believe that, you know, at 1 second, hold on, y'all. Salute. At one point, I actually believed Mopreem and the tears he shed that at one point I forgot about the Tupac faked his death theory, right? But then, do a little deep dive. Mopreem Shakur, him himself, is not taking accountability for, helping to spread the Tupac faked his death theory, right? So, it's a major catch-22 with this homicide trial. But when you do a deep dive, I believe the theory that Suge and David Kenner executed. They had a lot to cover up. Suge Knight and his wife, a lot of money Sharita was stealing. They was paying Sharita's credit card, American Express card, with Pac's All Eyes on Me royalty. What do you think that's going to... That wasn't a good look, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all something. In 96, 97, that was going to reign supreme. Can you imagine Sharita Knight, TMZ? Why you rob Tupac? Why you rob Tupac and paid your American Express bill? Sharita Knight, are you paying... Sharita, are you paying your bills now? How are you paying your bills now, Sharita? Right? Can you imagine modern media on her neck now asking her about all the missing funds from Pac's account? So, yeah, just looking at those angles and, again, it's a very complex rabbit hole because a lot of people, the Tupac Nation is divided, as I said before. People believe, the Tupac Nation actually believes he's dead and gone. Charge Keefe D as charged. Let his family stop mourning, right? And there's another fan base that believes in the Machiavelli theory, that Pac pulled a fast one. Mopreem Shakur, he's not even taking accountability. He's just, yeah, after 30 years, Mopreem finally, 30 years, after 30 years, he's finally saying Pac wanted people to think he faked his death. Come on, it's not fair to the people that actually bought records. Y'all can't silence me. Y'all can't silence me on that. It is not fair to the people that actually bought the records and believed his mama, when she directed I Wonder If Heaven Got a Ghetto, that her son survived the shots. That was bizarre. She could have did the video in any other way. Y'all still here? Give me some thumbs up if y'all still here. Is the connection still here? Yo, Joseph, what's good? Who else? Tony Hunter, what's good? Salute. Who else is, who this? What? Music? Singular? I can't read that word. Singular? Music? Salute. Give me some thumbs up if the connection is good. Yeah, we hear Val. Okay. Yo, Smell Vino, what's good? Okay, so I don't know if he's still here. Monterio from Wrench Gang. He sent some exclusive to me angles of the BMW allegedly that was on the, I would say this is Facebook, but I guess it's trending somewhere that there's some exclusive photos or new photos, new angles of the shots from the door. Again, the Tupac fan base is split in half, I believe. You got the Machiavelli Nation and you got the Tupac Nation. You got people that believe Pac faked his death, pulled a fast one, Mupim Shakur after 30 years. He finally saying something about it. It's disgusting, right? Pac wanted people to think he faked his death. Oh, no shit. Excuse my French. Right? What else he said? Again, then you got the Pac Nation that believe Pac is gone. So, you know, again, looking at these pictures that I got from Wrench Gang, these angles let's look weird to me of the shots and actually like, that's the angle of all these shots is really like not, it don't fit what really happened. It's just awkward. It's awkward way to get shots. The angles of where the shots hit the door. Again, this BMW, who put new wheels on this BMW? I think if I'm not mistaken, this is Pac's side of the car. Wasn't this BMW wheel damaged? Right? There you go. It looks damaged to me from this end. On this end, it looks like that shit is ready to go for another shootout. Right? It's ridiculous. Like, again, this was fixed. Shout out to Jada Wrench Gang, who sent me the other pics. Right? Again, I know a lot of people got their own theories and the way they see this Tupac and Biggie shit, right? And that's okay with me, right? Listen, that's quite fine with me. This is Jada. I guess so. Jada Wrench Gang. This picture was taken the 12th, the day before the Biggie, the day before they pulled a plug on Pac, September 12th. This picture was actually allegedly taken. And this picture that we just got, I guess these pictures, again, who fixed the friggin' BMW wheel, right? Who fixed the wheel? It's just suspect. Who had time? See, this is when the wheels is off. There's a picture with the wheels off in the back on Pac's side, right? And this is Jada picture, right? So it's just bugged out. Who fixed the fucking BMW, bro? Like, all these Cadillac games, BMW games, it's just sad, bro. It's just really like, here you go, another picture of the BMW. Again, I know a lot of people, the way they, we all probably see these two cases different. And until the cases get solved, I believe that we should stand firm on a lot of our beliefs. I believe Suge Knight was involved. It's just nonsense. Who fixed the BMW? What, Suge was riding out? Like, what the fuck? It just don't make sense. Who had a spare wheel? It's just not normal what happened that night. It's just not normal. If you just tapping in, I seen this friggin' picture trending, and I said, yo, they should have climbed the Empire State Building and held up a banner Reggie Wright Jr. helped to assassinate Tupac and Biggie. You hear me? Yeah, that's how I felt when I seen this banner. Because when you do the deep dive, right? Again, we going on. This is 30 years when Hussein Fatal lost his gun, right? To the crooked cops, and this gun is allegedly used. We cannot forget about the steps they took to cover this. I believe when Reggie came back from the Bahamas with Suge, that the Santa Monica division that took the gun from Hussein Fatal wanted to speak to Reggie. Reggie denies it, but why else would they want to talk to you? They probably heard it was a 40 caliber gun that shot at the car, and you was the only one that they know with a 40 caliber gun. But again, to get those minutes or to get the truth why the Santa Monica division wanted to speak to Reg, it's like moving mountains. No puff on the replay. Like seriously, right? It's those one of those things you got to say. I wonder what the Santa Monica division wanted to speak to Reg about. I asked Reg. I think it's on the Deuce M's interview. I said, Reg, after you came from the Bahamas, the Santa Monica division wanted to talk to you about that gun, right? He said, oh, no, pig pedaling backwards. I said, okay, Ninja. It's only a matter of time. But yeah, 30 years, and shout out to you for this Independence Day weekend coming up. Have a safe 4th of July. Shout out to you if you on your grind, regardless of what. You taking your L's and you making them into W's. You taking them L's and you reversing it. And you gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like Discretion 304 TV. I told you, we will rebuild. Almost 100,000 views alone on this channel. Almost. We at the 70K mark of views, right? So they about to give the channel, its proper etiquette soon, and we will rebuild. It just seems like I had a bunch of people that was just like really not supporters. They really were haters. We had Wrench Gang members. Like it was ridiculous. So I had to like really analyze who I want as my Wrench Gang member, and don't get comfortable because you got a wrench either. If you know me, you know I take back wrenches. I don't give a fuck. You feel me? Because you're not gonna violate the circle. But again, 30 years, July 4th, Hussein Fatal lost his life, and we're still trying to figure out what happened, right? And also, I released a video, Young Noble. What happened to Young Noble? A lot of people think Young Noble faked his death. There is no actual proof that Noble committed what they say he committed. There's no proof. I was asked to stop in the first season of Discretion. I was asked to stop because we was on their neck. What's the name of that? The HOD. What's the name of the housing company that runs Noble's? Where Noble was living at, the residence where he allegedly met his demise, right? We were saying, wait a minute. What is it, the HOD? We was on their neck. We was right at the door because the next step was to go to ATL, right, and show proof that, look, all these cameras and we don't got no footage. According to Suge said, listen, Young Noble, and if he's dead, rest in peace, right? No disrespect to the deceased, right? I wasn't really a Noble fan. If you know my story, I felt Noble at the time before he dropped the Nas chair check, right? Drop comments below, right? That's when I started saying, oh, he's trying to man up now, right? We were asking the Outlaws, idiot, and Noble, why they buried a hatchet. We was asking them, right? They seen it went viral. Come on now. I was the only YouTuber that asked them, right, why y'all buried a hatchet? If not the only, it did definitely went viral. And they over the years they still try to defend it, but again, what happened with Noble, people feel like young Noble is there's a chance, right? He made new enemies with Nas. Nas, as we know, he is tied, regardless if you hate him or not. But to have that casino clout is ridiculous. I'm trying to tell y'all something. In New York, that Nas casino shit, that shit is ridiculous. Just the whispers in the fucking city is ridiculous. So, you know, again, Young Noble, he started a lot of war before his July 4th tactics. Again, it's just according to Suge said, listen, if he did what he did to himself inside of the swimming pool, the shell should be inside of the swimming pool. Why is the shell outside of the swimming pool? Drop comments below. Right? When we deep dive and you read all the police reports and again, Noble, his death was, it was easy. I could have debunked it if he really faked his death, but I was asked to stop. I was asked me by his peoples. They reached out to me. We spoke, and they was like, "Look, there was no funeral service. There was nothing for people to pay their respects. They burnt the body. Is his GoFundMe still up? Let me see something. Oh my gosh! Breaking news. Oh my gosh! Breaking news. Young Noble. It looks like they raised it again. Oh shit. Yo, y'all niggas gonna go to jail. I'm telling y'all right now. If y'all if y'all helped this ninja fake his death and started a GoFundMe, I'm telling y'all right now, I'm not gonna be the one to save y'all. First of all, I'm gonna put y'all on blast like I'm putting y'all on blast right now. To the Young Noble family. I'm telling y'all right now. If you think this government is playing with GoFundMes and you faked your death and every 5 days you want to raise the bar on your GoFundMe, you're going to jail. You're going to be right next to Keefe D. Okay? I'm telling you right now, you're going to be right next to Keefe D. And y'all see that 25,777? Y'all see that 777? That's a warning. Y'all better not play with that devil. Y'all see that 777? Okay. That's a warning. Don't play with that devil. Every 5 business days, y'all raise the friggin' GoFundMe. The fuck? The ninja been going over a year or almost a year. Right? Almost a freaking year. Y'all going to jail, and I'm not going to help y'all. I'm not going to say nothing positive. Right? Nah, y'all niggas is dirt, bro. What is this? 25 bands of 30,000. Bro, you don't need to be a rocket science to know they raised Young Noble's GoFundMe request. If you were following a little bit of what happened with Young Noble, you would know it wasn't this much. Bro, if y'all pulled a fast hiding somewhere out there in ATL or wherever he at, whatever he think he's doing, right? Bro, y'all going to jail. I'm telling you right now, y'all ninjas is some scamming. First of all, why is this GoFundMe still up? This is the longest running GoFundMe ever. Somebody said Rampart of GoFundMe. Who that, Joseph? Yeah. Bro, why is this GoFundMe up? The ninja been, first of all, y'all took the money. Y'all didn't let Tupac fans pay their respects. That's a red flag. Oh, y'all want me to keep quiet? Y'all don't want me to talk about this? Right? That's how I changed my motherfucking number. Don't call me with no bullshit. Right? The attorney Jasmine Mines, Suge's attorney. When I said, look, why they keep raising the GoFundMe? She cuts in and said, oh, they always raise GoFundMe. All right, but what about now, Jazz? Right? Shout out to the hotshot attorney Jasmine Mines. You know, there's only 2% female attorneys, and according to the law, attorney Jasmine Mines is an official attorney. She was saying during a live show, and this is why I really wish they don't do this. She was saying during a live show in the live stream that, oh, they always raise the GoFundMe. I said, I smell a scam. I said, I smelt a scam. Now, it's almost 1 year later, and this GoFundMe is still up for Young Noble. They're going to jail. I don't care what nobody say. That's not how it works. Yo, bro, that's not how it works. You make a GoFundMe, right? Even if you raise it a couple of hundreds, or it's kind of steep for a couple of thousands, okay? And that's it. You don't make a GoFundMe run a whole year. And shame on you, GoFundMe. For GoFundMe to still have this up, it's ridiculous. Like, y'all niggas is milking the Pac Nation, and, you know, this is disgusting in my opinion. It's just tacky. It's just whack. It's just whack, bro. Like, seriously. This shit, bro. I didn't even know they raised it. Yo, I had no idea they raised Young Noble's GoFundMe. Ridiculous. So yeah, now Young Noble, he was a he would have been a great character witness for the Keefe D trial. Absolutely. If somebody asked me the other day, do I think Noble would have made an impact in the Tupac and Keefe D trial? Absolutely. He's a character witness, and according to Noble, I believe even Noble can give an idea of the condition of Pac and the UMC. Yeah, character witness, right? I believe so. Also, the death row robbery. Young Noble was very vocal on how Young Noble was very vocal on how death row attorneys was robbing them, and it was death row attorneys that was jacking up prices. You know, he was very vocal. That I got to give to him about the robbery with death row. So again, the character witness part, the DA is going to have a lot of deceased witnesses. This is the first trial with 13 deceased men. Drop comments below. This is like the first trial, the first criminal homicide trial, celebrity trial, with like 44 deceased witnesses. The speaking from the grave, all aimed at Reggie. I'm serious. I'm serious because Young Noble, even he has a statement that he can, again, as a, I'm speaking from a character witness point of view. Young Noble, he could have definitely made an impact in the Keefe D case. Now, again, this GoFundMe up, I really don't get it. I'm trying to like figure out why is a GoFundMe up and raised It's not like they didn't make the bar, right? Y'all making it easy for idiot I mean to say, I wasn't given to that. They kept raising it. I'll just say it. Is this a scam? You don't tell me this is normal. This is not normal, right? According to this is not normal. Usually, when somebody is deceased, they make a GoFundMe. All right, if it goes up, I'm learning it goes up, but eventually the campaign is over. Right, you don't fake your death through GoFundMe. That's ridiculous, bro. And I'm not saying if people feel like it's a scam not to take your money back. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. If people feel like this is a scam, absolutely take your money back. If you believe that, like, bro, what is it still doing open? No puff on the replay. I don't want to believe shit. Son to do with Tupac getting assassinated. Suge had good mother, good father, good friendship. But he didn't have a good wife, bro. Yo, Tony, he didn't have a good wife. Sometimes that woman you sleep with, bro, will make you catch more bodies than your op on the street. Drop comments below. Sometimes that person, that that person, sometimes that person you call your significant other, they will lead you to do some drastic things. And I believe, Sharita Knight was a part of Suge's downfall, not only with Kevin Gaines, the crooked cop, but, when your wife is tapping your artist wallets and Snoop and all that, and then, eventually a lot of what Sharita was doing also came down on Suge. It wasn't just Suge and even David Kenner. Eventually, David Kenner and the devil caught up to Suge.